Hi, Todd Martin here with The Walking Code. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about forefoot walking. I did another video called Forefoot Walking Facts versus Fads. Please go back after you finish this video and watch that one so you can learn what my real thoughts are about forefoot walking. But today I am only going to talk about the technique for forefoot walking if you are trying to practice walking on your 4 feet. I am not advocating for forefoot walking as a general means of locomotion. What we're going to use is the pole here to help us with the mechanics. We're going to begin by taking your right palm and setting it against the pole. Change your weight to your right leg. So I have my pelvis now tucked on my right. I've released the tuck on the left, so my heel has come up off the ground. I only have the ball of my foot on the left foot on the ground with no weight on it. And now I'm going to lift the body forward, which is the swing through phase of a normal step. My left heel is now hovering just off the ground, and if I was going to take a normal step, I would bring the heel down by rotating the upper part of my core, bringing the heel down, and then I would change weight and begin the next step. What we're going to do here is learn the difference between how to place on the heel, which is how we walk normally, and then how we can place on the forefoot if we want to forefoot walk. I'm going to demonstrate forefoot walking here. That would be forefoot walking. It's kind of like tiptoeing, walking very silently. It's something you might do if you were walking out in the woods where there could be sharp objects and you're trying to make sure you're placing the foot very gingerly so you don't step on any sharp objects. It's not an efficient way to walk if we are just walking for general locomotion, but I do want you to understand the mechanics of it. So let's go back to our weight change, our lift forward, and now what I'm doing is I'm lifting by flexing my right hip, meaning I'm pulling forward with my right hip. My left hip is passive. In order to forefoot walk, what I want to do is bring down the forefoot of my left foot. What I'm going to do to execute that is I'm going to flex my left hip and it's going to tip the body forward. So at this point, I'm actually flexing both my right hip and my left hip. The combined action of flexing both hips tips the body forward, and it actually tips the foot from this position to that position, bringing the forefoot down to the ground. When I walk normally, I'm only flexing actively one of my hips, and combined with the tucking action from my lower abs results in a vertical posture. If I add a flexing action for my second hip, my swing through hip, at the same time, now it's going to bring the body forward just a little bit, just enough to bring the foot down to the ground, placing on the ball. Then I would change weight, swing through like a normal swing through, and then flex the swing leg hip to bring the ball down. It's a very subtle movement, but you can try practicing that. Change weight, swing through using your right hip if you're swinging forward with your left leg, and then lift the left leg up as you're doing that, and it's going to place the ball. You'll notice a very slight forward tilt of the body, and then I change weight again, lift, and then flex. And so I'm just doing a slight wave forward of the body. There's a slight motion like that, and that extra motion as I flex forward with my swing leg hip is going to bring the ball of the foot down. I'm going to do this towards the camera. At the swing through, I'm going to balance here for a second. I'm swinging through, I'm going to lift my right hip up. It's going to tip the body forward just enough to bring the right forefoot to the ground. Then I'm going to change weight, lift forward again, and then I'm going to lift my left hip, flexing it to tip the body forward to bring the forefoot down. This is a very low impact way to move, but it is not an efficient way to move. Because you are retracting your weight with each step, you're not moving forward as you would with a heel and a roll. So it's much slower and less efficient than normal heel strike with walking. But it is appropriate for certain situations if you're trying to walk very slowly, very quietly, and with no impact on the ground, as if you were trying to place and feel the ground before putting any weight on it so you don't injure yourself. Go ahead and click that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Also click the bell to get notifications for my future videos. Thank you very much for watching.